And then he went and he screwed it all up. He screwed it up, you know. And how he screwed it up was when they asked him about the 9/11 attack, which, by the way, the rest of the world already knows that it was the U.S. government. It's embarrassing, really, to have the majority of the rest of you Americans still in denial, still not understanding what happened to our country by rogues within our very own government. But 90% of the German people know. Why? Well, they're not getting bombarded 24/7 by the network news, CNN, CBS, MSNBC, Fox, who play the same schlock from the right or from the left, but they're shining that flashlight into the same area. They're discussing the same topics, just giving the left perspective and the right perspective, but they're talking about the same topic. So when Assange was asked about 9/11, and he said, oh, this is a false conspiracy, as if I would now cease believing in the laws of gravity, mind you, and believe Assange. Now, of course, it probably did fool a number of people when they heard Assange say that 9/11 was a false conspiracy. Then they said, oh, see, I told you it was a false conspiracy. What happened really happened. 19 Arabs, very smart, learned how to fly airliners in 2 weeks and then crashed them precisely into the... No. You see, because what remains, as I said, is the law of gravity. It's a law of gravity. It's not a theory of gravity. It's not a theory of motion. These things have been settled for hundreds of years. Sir Isaac Newton really did the bulk of the groundwork on this concept of gravity and how things fall towards Earth. And basically, everything falls at a rate of 32 feet per second per second. Okay, that's known as a free fall. Julian, it's a free fall. That means if a building falls down as fast as a rock falls with nothing in its way, it can't have collapsed from a fire. It can't have collapsed from a big wind. It can't have collapsed from an earthquake. There's only one thing that makes buildings collapse onto their own footprint, mind you, as fast as a rock falls. And that is controlled time demolition. And fortunately, there's ample video footage now for an enlightened brain that wishes to take a look. This shows precisely. You look at it now from different angles and you go, oh my God, yeah, it is. It's the twin number 7, which most people don't even know about, was brought down by time demolition. It's obvious, because what it does is it severs those steel support beams that hold the skyscraper up. When you sever the steel support beams in a timed fashion, the entire ball of debris drops straight down to the ground. Because why? There's nothing holding it up, and it can drop freely. In the case of the Twin Towers, about 10 seconds. In the case of Building 7, about 6 seconds. Now, from my perspective, in the very beginning, which laid the foundation of my understanding of the whole affair, I watched the Twin Towers drop about 10 times in a row and didn't even realize they had fallen from the angle the networks were showing. I saw a big puff of smoke, and then after, a minute or so, the smoke cleared, and there was nothing there. It never occurred to me that the building had even fallen down. After about 10 times, I finally realized, the tower's gone. So I didn't even see the tower drop. I saw smoke, smoke cleared, tower gone. Okay, it was only 6 years later that it was pointed out to me, and I saw other footage from other angles that regular Americans took that was covered up by the networks of the buildings falling in 10 seconds. When I realized buildings fell down in 10 seconds, I knew it was a conspiracy. I knew it was controlled demolition. And you ought to do it as well. And if you don't, that's hogwash. And I feel sorry for you. In the meantime, this has been Tomas Estrada Palma. Listen to what WikiLeaks says. Don't get me wrong. But understand why they're doing it and who's squirting them the information. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.